Okay, so you're over there and you actually say you fought side by side with some of them, correct?
Yep, yep.
Okay, make this make sense to me. I, you know, these are highly religious individuals.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are praying 5 times a day. They're screaming Allah Akbar.
Yep.
From a strictly religious standpoint, how is that possible? Like, has any of them ever justified from just a purely religious standpoint that this is acceptable in the eyes of Allah?
Well, we had like 2 different types, right? So you got the ones who are, of course, highly religious, but they did not like the Taliban or Al-Qaeda. They didn't like them, so they were helping us fight them to, rid their country of this and hopefully make it a better place. And they also wanted a paycheck. But then you got some, and it happened all the time, you're out there fighting with them, and they turn and mow your guys down. While screaming Allah Akbar, they would shoot us. We call it green on blue, blue on blue, whatever you want to call it, but it happened quite often where you take these guys out and everything's fine and dandy, and one or 2 of them, or you're at a gun range, they'll just turn their gun on you and shoot you. So it was like, yeah, you had like 2 different types.
So how could y'all sleep at night? How could y'all even fight with these people if you know at any given second the person who you're entrusting with your life is going to turn and put the barrel on you?
That was President Obama at that time. He wanted, I guess, to implement. We were doing this whole like not Passover, the religious Passover, but like to pass over the efforts in Afghanistan, the war efforts in Afghanistan. To them, they're the control. And if you look at it, I mean, he kind of accomplished it. The Taliban are in control now, but could we sleep at night? I mean, we took their guns away at night, I slept fine, but yeah, you look over your shoulder, definitely. But in my mind, though, I'm like, if anything does go down, hopefully I'm quicker on the trigger, They sucked at fighting, but yeah, they were terrible, terrible fighters.
That's a whole different conversation right there.
Yeah.
I want to just touch on that before we move forward.
Yeah.
This is an enemy, and again, I have never fought. I've never seen combat.
That's a blessing.
Overseas, exactly. So if some of these questions I'm asking, they're a little elementary, forgive me, because, we look at, we watch TV, we watch the news.
Mm-hmm.
These are guys who are literally, it always feels like they're ready to fight to the end.
Yeah.
Their life doesn't mean as much as their cause.
Oh, yeah.
And you would think that they're great fighters. To hear you say that they weren't, good fighters, that's not something I would ever expect.
If they were great fighters, I wouldn't be here. Like, you might have a handful of good fighters, but the majority were absolute trash. Like, don't aim, don't know how to maneuver, don't know what cover is. They believe in Allah's will, and his will, if it's his will to have them die, then that's that time. But I never came across, I've come across one, but he was Chechen, the Chechen sniper who had me pinned down for 3 hours plus in a little hole with 5 other dudes. Like, that's the only legit fighter I've ever come across over there. Everybody else was, easy killing.
And you told me about that Chechen sniper before. So
Yeah.
He's the only one that you would say I had a level of respect for that guy.
Huge amount of respect. Like, he humbled me, big time. He made me realize I wasn't who I thought I was. On that day, we fought all day. He had us pinned down for 3 hours, but we fought for, I believe, 9.5 hour gunfight. The whole lot was over 12, I'm pushing 15 plus, but he was the one that humbled me. Never got him. He got some of us, but I never got him. That was the one that shook me to my core.
Didn't you say eventually he got killed, but it was in a whole other?
Yeah.
And it had nothing to do with you guys?
Nope, we didn't have nothing to do with it. I think it was the British SAS. They're spec op guys, and I think they got rid of him. Yeah, I was contracting in Iraq with triple canopy, and I called back to my old unit, the Rangers, and that's when I got word.
So let me ask you, let's just think of this in terms of sports, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's some dudes who you might play and their name just ring out. Everybody know them throughout the city. Everybody, like, their name just ring out. Is that the same way it is when you guys are out there on the field? You're doing what you do, because for you to not only remember this guy, but even when he finally got taken out, you got word that the Chechen sniper is gone. Is it the same thing when people are just nasty and they just do what they do well? Do their names ring out over there?
Oh yeah. I think with him, I learned about it, or who he was, through the Marines. I was doing some scout sniper stuff the night before with the Marines, and they were saying that this guy had been in that region. That was like, he owned that land and had over 100 plus, hundreds of kills. And he'd been working that area since like the Soviet days when he was real young. He was an older guy, but he's been fighting since like the 1980s or something in that region. And it was like a lethal dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
And all this time I'm thinking it's somebody in your age range.
No, he was an older guy. Very wise, older guy. Like, he played with us on some bullet stuff. Like, you couldn't move 1 inch. If the grass moved, and we were, concealed and all that, camouflage, but if you moved 1 inch and the grass moved next to you, he'd shoot that grass. I was watching bullets like less than 1 inch pop around my spotter, and I had me and my reconnaissance guy, we'd go helmet to helmet, getting up to try to see where he's at, and a bullet passed in between us, our heads. And the medic thought we both got our heads blown off. He was really good. Couldn't find him.
That accurate.
Yeah, very accurate. Couldn't find him. I think he just messed up a little bit on the wind, maybe. And he was a distance away, like 500 plus meters away. Because I was shooting guys off of rooftops closer in than that. And we asked to get bombs dropped, big bombs, 500 pounders, 1,000-pound JDAMs, and couldn't get it dropped. And he was calling in his buddies to surround us. You could hear the enemy around us. They're, screaming Allah Akbar in their footsteps, running around us. We were plucking guys off 20 feet away. My spotter was, yeah.
Did any of y'all get hit? Any of your?
Yeah. 3,
really?
Watkins, Cop, and the PL. Yeah, 3 of us did. 3, not me, but 3 of us. A lot of guys had bullet holes in their clothes and stuff, but yeah, it's all on Google. Like, there's a few hundred people we were surrounded by. A few hundred people. I was watching guys getting dropped off in legit, like, pull-up, hop-out vans with the sliding door, on 5 guys stacked deep on a little motorcycle, moped deal, RPGs. They were getting dropped off by the truckload, literally. I shot a dude, like, I was up on a rooftop and I shot a dude the building next to us, and I was like 50 feet away.
Wow.
We were getting overrun. Yeah, big time.
Yeah, you told me about this a couple of times, but you're filling in the blanks of things that you didn't tell me prior. Wow.
Yeah, it's the only firefight we've had to, like, leave. We were getting overrun big time. Big time.